Imagine your job calls you and offers you $300 million to work for them for 5 years. What would you do with such a huge pay increase? Well, now Jaylen Brown has the question to answer after making headlines across the sports world by signing a groundbreaking contract with the Boston Celtics. The 5-year, $304 million deal establishes him as the highest paid player in NBA history, surpassing the previous record set by Nikola Jokic, who received a $264 million contract the previous summer. But what does it take for a basketball player to become the highest paid player in NBA history? Let's explore how he achieved this historic milestone. Remember to subscribe and turn on notifications for more NBA news and analysis. Recently, Brown's agent revealed the massive agreement to ESPN. Breaking. According to reports, Boston Celtics player Jaylen Brown has agreed to a 5-year, $304 million Supermax deal extension with the team. Agent Jason Glushon secured the largest deal in NBA history. The Celtics selected Brown as the 3rd overall choice in the 2016 draft. He's become a 2-time All-Star and one of the team's most productive players. Last season, he set career highs with 26.6 points, 6.9 rebounds, and 3.5 assists per game. The greatest concern heading into the summer was whether Brown would stay with the Celtics. The team's president of basketball operations, Brad Stevens, had been open about his desire for Brown to sign a long-term contract. "I've only had positive interactions with Jaylen. Without a question, we want Jaylen to be present. He's a major part of who we are. We believe in him, and I appreciate him," Stevens told ESPN in June. "I'm grateful that when those guys succeed, they return to work. And when they are beaten, they acknowledge it and return to work. So I know what they're all about, and that is difficult to come by." Fellow All-Star Jason Tatum, who led the Celtics to the NBA Finals in 2021-22 with Brown, told the Boston Globe that it was extremely important to have Brown on the team in a long-term role. "He's one of the best players in this league," Tatum said of his teammate. "He plays both ends of the field and is still quite young, and he's done a lot in his career thus far. As a result, it is critical." Brown's contract hints at the organization's direction with Tatum's contract. Dribbling with the left hand is difficult. Jaylen Brown's dribbling with the Boston Celtics has long been a source of contention, but it resurfaced with his 8 turnovers in Game 7 of the 2023 Eastern Conference Finals against the Miami Heat. Over the years, supporters have chastised Brown for his difficulties dribbling with his left hand. Brown shot only 16% from 3 throughout the series also. While his handling tightness has improved in recent years, he still struggles with sophisticated dribble attacks and getting past opposition clubs' traps, at least without giving the ball over in crucial times. It was recently rumored that his play was hampered by a left wrist injury received earlier in the postseason, though neither the Georgia native nor the Celtics explicitly admitted it. The hosts of the Athletic NBA Show podcast attempted to deduce whether Brown's unexpected deterioration as a ball handler was due to an injury. Does he deserve the Supermax? Many NBA fans are challenging Brown's right to be the sport's highest paid player after his terrible postseason performance against the Miami Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals. Brown was eligible for the Supermax deal since he made the All-NBA second team for the first time in his career. Since the end of the previous season, Brad Stevens has been adamant that Brown sign a long-term contract. "He's a major part of who we are. We believe in him and I appreciate him," Stevens remarked last month. "I'm grateful that when those guys succeed, they come back to work. And when they are beaten, they acknowledge it and return to work. So I know what they're all about, and that is difficult to come by." Brown's new deal will almost certainly result in some financial maneuvering in the future, as the league's new collective bargaining agreement places tighter restrictions on how teams assemble their rosters and imposes further luxury tax penalties. Tatum is still playing on his rookie contract, which began last season. Does Jason Tatum deserve more than $300M? The Celtics have a couple of legitimate talents in Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, who are continually improving as they reach the prime of their careers. Still, the legendary club is one loss away from a 9th straight postseason appearance with no silverware. Tatum and Brown are all-stars and deserved all-NBA choices, who are only 25 and 26 years old, respectively. On the other hand, Tatum will have to wait another year for his deal, worth more than $300 million. The Celtics have little to no option but to re-sign both players, and dealing one of them should only be considered a last resort. What does Jaylen Brown's and the Celtics' future hold? Brown will have financial stability and comfort for the next 5 years because the deal is guaranteed. The Celtics have ended months of conjecture and uncertainty surrounding Brown's future with this deal. Some may doubt the contract's tremendous worth and consider it an overpayment. However, it is critical to understand the NBA's developing financial situation, where players' wages have climbed dramatically in recent years due to the league's lucrative TV deals and revenue growth. While Boston can give greater increases and a 5th year that other clubs cannot, Brown has the freedom to go anywhere he wants. Would he want to continue to play with Jason Tatum in Boston in the future? Logan Murdoch of The Ringer posed the question, and Brown's responses raised eyebrows. "I'm not sure as long as I'm required. It's not my decision," he says. "We'll see how they feel about me and how I feel about them as time passes. Whatever it is, perhaps it makes sense. But I'll stay where I'm needed. I'll stay where I'm required and be treated well. I just enjoy the time you have now," he says. "If it's your entire career, it's your entire career. If it isn't, it isn't." Some of the best players of all time are still with their teams. Michael Jordan is a former Wizard. As much as we like being here, you never know where life will lead you. You can watch how the procedure works. Honestly, all you do is concentrate on what's in front of you right now, but I don't know or want to answer that question because it causes Celtics supporters to speculate and go wild. I'll say we'll get there when we get there, especially right now. Brown will most likely be re-signed by the Celtics in the summer of 2024, rendering all trade talk irrelevant. Things might change if the Celtics have a couple of bad postseason series. Brown is open to whatever occurs. So, with all the information about Brown's contract, do you think he's overpaid or was the amount just right? Let us know in the comments below. And remember to subscribe for more updates on all your favorite teams and players.